Hey, so during the production of a video I'm working on, I kinda realized oh wait, there's a bunch of allegations going around about me for some time now that I haven't really addressed outside of Discord servers and DMs. And knowing that a lot of these accusations are quite serious, that they are still being spread around today, and that they can impact the credibility of my future projects, I would like to put out a response to them in this throwaway filler video. If this is your first impression of me and you just saw this on your homepage, I implore you to check out my other videos first, preferably these two as they have way better editing and creative direction than this one. But yeah, today I'm gonna be addressing a lot of stuff, such as 2 separate claims of me being a doxer and a harasser, claims of me supporting pedophiles, etc, etc. And for the people waiting for me to respond to Parlo's response video, which went over the previous video on my channel, the video fully responding and further exposing Parlo is in the works. It'll be over an hour long. You can join my Discord server for sneak peeks and updates. But with that being said, let's just get to it. I don't feel like wasting time today. There's been 2 separate claims of me being a doxer. First, I'll address the one that's consistently kept on being made against me for months on end by different people each time, and I've had to debunk it each time, and it's getting tiring, so I want to put an end to that first. People have been claiming that I doxed someone named Trav, who is a Roblox YouTuber with 10,000 subscribers. He's most known for his UGC Predator video, which featured Ruben Sim. The accusation stems from me obtaining Trav's personal information. However, I did not dox him whatsoever, and the reason as to why I obtained this personal information in the first place was so that I can make an FBI tip line report on him. And FBI tip line reports require you to enter as much personal information on the person you're reporting as you're able to get, such as their full legal name, address, and things like that. Whoa, why would I make an FBI tip line report on him? I'll get to that later, because even though he 100% did commit 2 serious crimes, I do regret making the report because what he did not come from a place of maliciousness. Still illegal, but I don't think it was completely morally reprehensible. And I want to expand on that in a minute, but I'd like to address the allegations of me doxing him first. So yeah, I obtained this personal information to make an FBI tip line report. And the way I went around that was with the help of someone by the name of RumGJ. This guy was a viewer of mine who, before we became acquaintances per se, DM'd me about people that I had drama with in the past. I didn't really talk to him much, I didn't know who he was. He kinda guessed that I was making a video on Trav once in my server though, and I was actually thinking of making one at the time, which was crazy, so that's where I got the idea to work with him in the future to help me with the tip line report. None of the information or images we send each other ever made it out of our DMs, at least on my part and as far as I know. I myself did not post Travis' personal information anywhere else, let alone publicly, but I'm not so sure if RumGJ held the same standards. And I was very obviously against the idea of doxing Travi. RumGJ had posted a video of Travis' face in my server, and I, thinking that he was leaking Travis' face, deleted the message. It turned out that the video was something Travi himself posted publicly, so he was not actually leaking his face, but regardless of that, my initial response to it proves that I was not out to dox Travi at all, and was heavily against it. You know what further proves that fact? Me cutting off RumGJ after he started getting real shady by trying to obtain the phone numbers of Travis' family members. At that point, I kinda started realizing that RumGJ might be plotting to put out a dox on Travi and his family members. I could not have been any more against that, especially since his family members didn't even do anything to our knowledge. I DM'd him and I told him I'm cutting him off, and during that conversation he confirmed he did successfully attain the phone number of his mother. That was it for me, and I cut him off and I told him, leave me out of this dox thing you're planning, because I did not want to... Sorry about the cat in the background. Because I did not want to associate with him after I realized he wanted to dox people. I don't know what he expected. I told him multiple times not to drag his family into this and that I didn't want to dox the guy. So that's the story, and people have been repeatedly confronting me about it since it happened, because RumGJ felt betrayed and cried to other people about it, saying that I am a snake. The last time people confronted me about this was in late March of this year, which is about 3 weeks away from when this video is being recorded. There was also some shit about me quote-unquote supporting Gone Fishing's girlfriend Onion Bread along with their actions, more specifically their past grooming, and I also disproved that claim against me. Just wanna drop a little note here so you know what I think about this in detail, but yeah. And since we're already talking about Gone Fishing in this video, I'd like to shortly address all the Gone Fishing clone comments I've been getting. I stopped copying the guy over a year ago and developed my own editing style. I have my own dislikes of him, and I don't need you comparing me to him. Respectfully, my mind has matured past address that, and I've made that very obvious for over a year now. Back to Travi Trav though, I did mention earlier something about wanting to talk about the FBI tip line reports I made. After talking to someone named who got involved with this, I'm pretty sure he's a Rubinson associate, but don't quote me on that. I was able to determine that the crimes Travi committed, which are streaming Roblox condos to kids on Discord and clicking on links he knew led to CSAM, as covered in this video, were not done in ill-intended ways. Rather, Travi was extremely stupid. The stuff I mentioned with the condos occurred when he was doing Roblox condo raids on the Discord server he was an admin in. However, he was dumb enough to stream it in an open voice channel and subsequently minors joined. And the clicking on CSAM links thing was him stupidly mishandling a report made to him through the Mod for Dummies Discord server owned by Rubinson, going against usual protocol, but that is nowhere near indicative of him being ill-intended. After the incident, Trav even took precautions and told people not to report CSAM to Mod for Dummies anymore, and I applaud him for that. Although technically crimes, I would not wish for him to be in jail for this. He was only 18 when all of this went down, and he was obviously not ill-intended at all. At the time, I had the mindset of just reporting it and letting the law decide on what's right or wrong. Essentially, I didn't want to put myself in the role of any non-law abiding vigilante, hence why I made the report. But if I were deciding to make the report today, I would not go through with it, even though I have my own dislikes of Travi, such as his fervent racism, homophobia, and transphobia. I don't think he did anything to deservingly land him in jail. His bigotry is sadly not something illegal in this country, let alone state, so there's not much I can do outside of calling it out and moving on. So yeah, that's that allegation against me addressed and disproven. I'll go into the next doxer allegation against me right now. This one is something that the Parkour Reborn community threw at me during summer of last year in response to my video exposing their God King Emperor Hutzel. Somebody made a Google document on me, compiling claims from multiple members of the community, and their goal with the document was to undermine my credibility, and subsequently the credibility of my exposed video on Hutzel. I don't have access to the entire document anymore. These dipshits privated it or something, I don't know, but I did archive the conversation between me and the guy who made the document, which combats all the points and also has one screenshot of the most important part of the document. So yeah, this started when somebody by the name of Frost sent me a document they had made on me on a burner account. I read all of it, along with some sources they provided regarding Zophidia and the like, because one of the points in my Hutzel video was that he is a zoophile for reposting feral and cup porn on his nsfw account. First I responded to stuff they had to say about Hutzel not being a zoophile. I'll get to addressing that later. Right now I think it's more important to focus on the serious claims made against me. After that I responded to the most important part of the document. In that part, claims of me doxing and harassing some 15-year-old girl were made, along with claims of me supporting and defending pedophiles. There was no proof attached at all. Not a single screenshot, so I don't even have any screenshots or logs to respond to. These were literally just baseless claims made against me out of nowhere. Great. And like, I'm assuming these people are bad faith in this video, but if you made that claim, forwarded it to this Frosty guy, and you genuinely believe I did it, my DMs are completely open. Confront me about it, show me your evidence. You can even ask me to check the DM history between me and the supposed 15-year-old girl that nobody seems to know the name of. I don't even know who they could be possibly talking about, because I never doxed anybody, so I'd be glad to show that I never doxed or harassed them or anything like that if you just give me a username to check. Most likely their intent is to just lie and spread misinformation about me, but I want to put that option out there just in case these people are serious. As mentioned before, there were also claims of me supporting pedophiles. They say pedophiles in plural, but only one person was brought up, and the person they brought up is gone fishing. I'm pretty sure they mean Onion Bread, his girlfriend who was outed as a groomer in 2024. I'm assuming that that's who they meant, because like, what pedophilia accusations has Gone Fishing faced? Ever. Anyways, I already addressed that in this video. Here's the timestamp if you missed it, but yeah. All of this was complete bullshit, and I called that out in the DMs with this Frosty guy. Dude made like a bunch of excuses for it. I tried to figure out with his help who was spreading all of this around, but the guy ended up ghosting me, so that was the end of that. I never got to know who was spreading all of that shit about me. Regarding like him defending Hudzel and shit, I disproved it in DMs, and here's the messages on screen. And I would like to add something as well, because there was a separate incident of people, specifically pro-fiction users on Twitter, trying to berate me for calling Hudzel a pedophile and a zoophile for the kind of fictional NSFW content he consumes. Hudzel put cropped NSFW in his Roblox game for like hundreds of its players to see, mostly kids, cause that's the Roblox demographic. Hudzel also used to have his NSFW Twitter account connected to his Discord profile, which had the owner role in the official Parkour Reborn server with tens of thousands of people in it. Again, mostly kids. After being berated for it, he did remove the connection, although it should be noted that he initially refused, and that later on he would defend a staff member for doing the same thing. Also defended relationships between 17-year-olds and 14-year-olds. Like, I really don't think this is the hill you wanna die on. Even if you don't think that someone consuming feral cup porn is disgusting, this guy has done so much other stuff outside of consuming fictional content. And I don't say this to defend said fictional content. I think it's disgusting and should be illegal. And if you consume such content, I don't want you in my community. What I'm saying is that even outside of that, Hudzel is still a very bad guy and shouldn't have a platform. And I think that like we all collectively, even though you're pro-fiction, we can like come together and just recognize the fact that this person should not have a platform for the bad stuff that they did. But yeah, I think that's it for disproving that allegation. I'm thinking about if there's anything more that I can address. I don't think so. There was a lot of stuff that Parlo threw at me, but again, I'm planning to address that in a full-length video and shit. I'm pretty sure I addressed just about everything that there is to address. I don't recall anything else being thrown at me, but if you think there is anything I should address, let me know in the comments and I'll respond there. Other than that, deuces. Why the fuck did I say deuces? Why couldn't I just like edit the video normally?